Welcome back. Today we are going to make some breadsticks, and in this measuring cup I have 1 teaspoon of sugar, and I'm going to add 1 cup of warm water to this. Okay, that's my sugar and my water, and here is the yeast going in here. And I already have pre-measured in my bowl my flour. So you need to dissolve your yeast in here. And I have my oven, a dry oven. It's warm, and I like to make sure my yeast is active. So I'm just gonna put this in the oven right quick. Okay, while my yeast is in there with the water, I'm just gonna put my salt into my flour. And in this bowl, I have 2.5 cups of flour. So we're about to make a really sticky dough, and it's a real all-purpose dough. I would call this one of my master dough because I use it for so many different things. And I make pizza with this dough. I make breadsticks and other like little things. So I can't wait to show all that to you guys. So I'm just mixing in my salt with my flour because the salt can kill the yeast, so you want to make sure that it's all incorporated. Okay, so here's my flour. So let's see how the yeast is going. I mean, there's a lot of water in here, but I'm gonna be happy with this. Okay, so to my water and yeast and sugar, I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of olive oil. And I like olive oil, but you can use really any type of oil that you would like, but it has a really nice flavor. I'm just going to combine that together. So this is a no knead dough. That's probably another reason why it's a favorite of mine. So let's just pour that in there. Get everything out. And let's mix this. So a no knead dough, but it still gives you a really nice bready taste. And these are fluffy breadsticks. They're not hard breadsticks. And we're really gonna dress them up when they're ready. So I'm just gonna continue to mix this. Okay, since that wanted to be on the island, I'm not really gonna knead this. I'm just gonna bring it together to like a ball. You can see it's really sticky. Yeah, so really, this is just a way to get all that flour mixed in there, but my goal was not really to knead this. Okay, that is good enough for me. So I have my cooking spray here, and I'm just gonna spray my bowl. So you see I'm running out of cooking spray, and I got a nice like effect of like some spraying air. And I have my plastic wrap all ready. And I'm just going to cover this and let this rise for about 1 hour in a warm place. Okay, there's our dough. So my dough has doubled in size. You see it's nice and fluffy. And now I'm going to make a topping to go on the breadsticks, and this is just some Parmesan cheese, and I sprinkled a few poppy seeds in there. And now I'm going to put in a little cayenne pepper and some garlic, granulated garlic, and some oregano. And I'm just going to mix that together. So these breadsticks are going to be like free formed. They're not going to be rolled out or anything. You just need to oil your hands a little bit, and I'll show you how we'll form the breadsticks. So, a little olive oil on my fingers. And here's our dough. And I'm just going to grab a little dough like this. Maybe a golf ball size. And now dip that dough into your cheese mixture. The whole thing doesn't have to be covered in cheese, just like a portion of it. And then I'm going to hand stretch these breadsticks like this. And we'll just see how many breadsticks we get to have on this pan. Now I don't let these breadsticks like do another proof or anything. I just put them in the oven. So here's our second breadstick. Pretty filled, so let's go into the next pan. And my dough is almost done. I might get 3 out of this one. And if you only wanted to use one pan, like it really wouldn't hurt you to stick all of them in one pan. And it's just like a large cookie sheet that I use. And you can have a lot of fun with these, almost anything. I put sesame seeds, oregano, basil, Italian seasoning, different types of cheese. You could use pepper jack cheese, Swiss cheese, just anything. And the cheese kind of gives a nice little texture on the outside, but it also helps the dough from sticking to my hands too much. And that's why I use the cheese. So my oven isn't quite ready yet. I'm waiting for it to get to 400, and the danger of putting things in the oven before it's properly heated is that the air is like super hot in there, and you'll see like you'll get some really uneven browning. So because I have a little bit of time, how about some pine nuts? That was the timer for to check my dough. I let it go for 1 hour, but because my kitchen contractor is here, I said, let me come and make these because he's going to be using like saw, and this is just part of the process of getting the kitchen done. It's dinner time and I have a contractor there, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So look, these I just dotted with some pine nuts. I really like pine nuts. They get nice and toasted. So these will go in the oven, let's say, I'll put the timer on 10 minutes and we'll just see how that goes. So I'll put these in the oven and then I'll be back. Okay, my timer just went off and I'm gonna take the breadsticks out the oven. So the breadsticks took longer than 10 minutes. I told you 10 minutes, I apologize. And as you can see, they got a nice color on the bottom and a nice color on top. And they're crunchy on the outside, but they're soft and chewy on the inside. So I just have some melted butter here to go over the breadsticks because butter makes a big improvement on anything. So this is about 1 tablespoon of butter. Okay, so now let's look inside some of these breadsticks. So you see the interior has a pretty open structure. You see like the air holes in there. And I'm gonna call this the chef's bite. This is the bite that nobody is supposed to see, where I take the breadstick and put it in the butter and I get to eat that bite. So I think your family will really enjoy these. If you give them a try, let me know how they turn out. Thanks so much for watching.